Hey guys, I'm going to be running through a modern league with my Jun list. Nothing too special about it other than the fact that I'm not running Seasoned Pyromancer, not running that because of budgetary reasons. Tireless Tracker is a uh, great 3-drop instead until I can get my Seasoned Pyromancers. Other than that, I'm only running two wrenn and 6 for the same reason, just budgetary reasons. But honestly, 2 wrenn and 6 has been perfectly adequate. I've had no complaints. Um, with the 1-drops, 2 clings have been awesome so far. Just either cantrips, life gain. Uh, my removal suite with 3 fatal push, 3 bolts. I think it seems right in this meta. And then 4 uh, discard effects, which has usually been pretty stock for Jun for a long time. 2 ooze is fine with the 4 goyfs, abrupt decay, assassin's trophy. This was a terminate in a previous iteration of this deck. But I've been pretty happy with Assassin's Trophy overall. So it gives us a slight advantage over Tron in game one, where if we can disrupt them off Tron. It's not going to save us against Tron, don't get me wrong. It's better than Terminate in that matchup on a game one for sure. 4 Lilies, 2 Tracker, 1 K Command, 1 Maelstrom Pulse, pretty standard. 1 Klothys main deck, I think it's just such a powerful card. There's an I've been thinking of either cutting Klothys for a 3rd tracker and leaving it in the sideboard, but Klothys has just done so much work for me. I think I want to keep him in the main. And then 4 bloodbraid, just our best top end. And then collective brutality against burn and also control is great. Liliana's triumph is great for boggles. Pretty much the only reason I have it, honestly, is because I hate boggles, and I guess that is already a good matchup for us. But this also gets around leyline. So, because each opponent sacrifices a creature, doesn't say target opponent. So, this is not a card you'll see in most lists, but I just think it's a great, because I've just been seeing a lot of boggles lately. Plague Man, great card in a variety of matchups, so I honestly he might need to be 2. Ashiok's great against Dredge, anything with Graveyard really. And then it's also decent against Tron. Not the best because we can't get him down before turn 3. So usually they can fetch in response, so he's not the best, but he's okay. Veil, great against control, great against the mirror. Pillage is great against the mirror as well, but it's also mainly there for Ponza and Tron. And anything with land matters. Titan is also good, especially since this is a way to get rid of Field of the Dead. This is going to be Cleansing Wildfire when the set drops, so this might be one of my last leagues before that we can start playing with the new cards, and then hopefully we'll do some testing with Cleansing Wildfire, which I'm really excited for. Golgari Charm, another card I have specifically against Boggles. Giving a creature -1/-1 is fantastic against them. It also destroys the target enchantment, so it's never dead against Boggles. That's why I love these 2 cards. And then Spellbomb, same reasoning. It's just graveyard, more graveyard hate. And other than that, let's start a league here with our Jun deck. All right, round 1. We are on the draw. So can we get a good hand? When I was doing some warm-up games before I started this league, I was gonna say I was having a lot of 0 landers, which is something out of the ordinary, to be honest. I've had great land drops in my previous leagues, so I didn't change anything. It's been 23 since I've gotten this deck, so I think just the Moto gods are just not happy with me. We're gonna keep this. Man, I wish I didn't have to mulligan here. I think there's an argument for sending down a Scooze, because Bloodbraid is just such great late game. I think it's going to be Scooze, because we don't know if he's going to be good in the matchup, obviously. And our turn 1's looking like either Bolt or just Fetch for tap land. Turn 2 is more than likely going to be Goyf. It can be wrenn 6 as well, though, depending on what the situation's like. If we need a blocker, if we just want to get down our planeswalker. And then turn 3, that's when we'd get down an ooze. So I think for that reason, I think we're going to bottom ooze and we're going to bank off the power of bloodbraid. But it could be said that maybe bloodbraid could be sent to the bottom, as there is 4 in the deck and there's only 2 scoos. So let's see. Opponent has 7 cards. Alright, mire. Possibly the mire. No, maybe this is just Grixis Shadow. Alright, I would assume they're taking wrenn 6 here. Bolt is not so great in the matchup unless they get themselves down to 3 life, so maybe we're kind of regretting not keeping the ooze, but I think we'll be okay. Grixis is I would say a 50-50 matchup. They usually provide great games, and there's a lot of important decisions that go on these matchups. So, and also, if they have the stubborn denials at the right time, things of that nature. Our least favorite card would be Gurmag Angler, because we can only really kill him with Lilliana. Well, we have a couple ways to kill him. It's just usually feels like they have a stubborn denial. They cling our planeswalker, though. It's going to shrink our goyf. Well, not really, but our goyf's still going to be a 3/4. Let's fetch Blood Crypt. So the fact that we draw Overgrown Tomb just makes me want to fetch basic, keep our life total as high as possible. Our opponent knows what's coming, so they more than likely have a Fatal Push. But we gotta battle through that anyway. Dismember. Gross. Yeah, we really need to draw a Lilliana here. Thoughtseize. That's not great for us. So now they take bloodbraid. Yep. So we need a great draw here. And now if we draw a second bolt, that doesn't even win us the game necessarily, because we don't have a double, another red up. Alright, what are we going to draw here? Land. Alright, not what we wanted. Let's just crack and draw. Maybe we can draw like a thoughtseize or an inquisition. Pulse isn't bad. We do have an interesting decision as to whether we decide to bolt our opponent at their end step. But that might be just a little too risky. I guess we could just die right now, to be honest, if they have a Temur Battle Rage. But no, we go to 10. So yeah, I mean, we have the opportunity to bolt them, but then we die if they have removal, or no, if they have a counterspell. So I don't think it's safe enough for us to do it. Tracker's good, just not good exactly right now. It's awkward. They definitely, since they're not doing anything, they definitely have a way to counter. I mean, we have to do it anyway. And if we shock and they counter it, we can't. So we're gonna have to fetch swamp here. Go to 9. Hope we have another chance. Like, well, we want this to resolve, obviously. But if it doesn't, at least technically we're not dead yet, unless they lose another life, which is Death Shadow. They should be able to, but we're playing to win. So they didn't have anything. That's impressive. Maybe they have a K command here. Snapcaster, I guess Snapcaster Cling. Well, I'm glad we didn't go for the bolt line, because if we did have double bolt, they would just cling a creature to gain the life, to stay alive. So clings to draw. Oh, that's annoying. Just when we thought it was over. Alright, 2 mana signals Gurmag Angler. Right? Yep, the Angler. So now, yeah, if we draw second bolt, we're gonna feel real bad. Bloodbraid is our best hit, and even that doesn't guarantee us a win. Cling. Okay, how do we stay alive? It's awkward because we can go to 10 hypothetically, but we need a shock to get this tireless tracker down. So we go to 5, we get a clue, we gain 3 life, go to 8, and then we have to block Death Shadow, and then hope they can't do 1 damage to us. Is that the line? I guess it is. We are still on the back foot very, very much. But you know, we're gonna play it out. We're more than likely going to lose, but you know, we just gotta believe. We have to gain life now, so get rid of Tarmogoyf. Doesn't really matter if we drew K command, we're going to face anyway. Temur Battle Rage, yeah. We die to that regardless. Nothing we could do there. Alrighty. So, I like just being reactive and being able to have answers against everything they do. So I think taking out all of our discard, as weird as that may seem, is our best bet. Putting Veil is great. And then Lilliana's Triumph is pretty good, as it is instant speed, which is another reason why it's great. And then we have 2 flex spots. Plague Man is just is one I generally bring in because, or I can bring in. I don't hate it. It blocks a Gurmag Angler. You can block a Death Shadow. Obviously, if they have Veil of Summer, they have Veil of Summer. Or, I mean, not Veil of Summer, Temur Battle Rage. They have it. But there's an argument for Plague Engineer. There's also an argument for spellbombs, just for cantrips and getting rid of the graveyard, which is very relevant for them. So I think I'm gonna go the spellbomb plan here on game 2. Bolt's not that great in this matchup, so I think we'll still bring in the Plague Man. Bolt can cheese him out sometimes, so it's not completely useless. I guess if there's anything else here that we'd rather have. Collective Brutality doesn't kill really much besides Snapcaster, so I don't think it's that good in this matchup. Yeah, I think this is I like this. We would like to play first. Oh my god, we're just... This is a little too risky for me. It's got a lot of our great spells. If we hit our second land drop, regardless of what it is, wrenn 6 ideally could get us there. But it's just too risky. Obviously, we have a few turns to Fatal Push, but I don't trust Moto right now. Let's keep... we're gonna put... I think we put a Fatal Push to the bottom. It could just be Tracker, since we only have 2 lands. Yeah, I'm fine with Tracker. Let's play peatland. We want to leave as much land in the deck as possible. Increase our odds of drawing a 3rd land. We say no. Alright, well we drew our 3rd land, so that's good. Alright, now we're just drawing too many lands. What land would we actually want to fetch right now? I think I'm fine with just playing Stomping Ground, saving our fetches. Play out a news. It probably eats a removal spell, but I guess that's fine. And if they don't, we'll just start working on their graveyard. Okay, opponent Thought Scours. They do not have enough for a Gurmag Angler quite yet, so that makes me feel good. Really banking on the Skoos surviving now. Which it looks like we're going to. Pulse is a good draw. Let's tag our opponent for 3. I think, since we still have a mana up, okay, we don't want them to resolve Gurmag Angler, essentially. So if they have a fetch land, that's, I think, what we're most afraid of. They would have 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So they currently have 7 if they play a land. I guess we can respond to the fetch if that's the case. So I guess we'll pass. So there's Island. I guess if they have Gurmag Angler here, that kind of sucks, but we do have the Maelstrom Pulse, so Not the end of the world, if that's the case. Shadow. I guess now we can push fairly freely. Stubborn Denial is kind of useless as of right now. Gonna fetch. We'll shock in a blood crypt here. I guess we don't really need double red for really anything. So I guess overgrown tomb is a little better. Yes. We will pay 1. If they have a second stubborn denial, that's fine. Alright, I mean... Okay. Deck, I would prefer it if we stopped drawing lands. I would very much appreciate that, deck. But, keep working this graveyard. Attack for 4. I think we should start picking out their graveyard a little bit. I mean, now we're just gonna eat it again. Prevent them from drawing a card. Obviously, I kind of wanted to crack. Do I just eat Cling now? I think I want to, because like I said, we're most afraid of them playing Gurmag Angler, as well as holding up a Stubborn Denial. And so, as of right now, they would have to tap out and exile all their cards in their graveyard to cast a Gurmag. And so while they're tapped out, we'd be able to Maelstrom Pulse it. So far so good here. Now, obviously, with the Street Wraith, they can hold up Stubborn Denial should they have it. All right, another Shadow. Spellbomb's an okay draw, but I do think we need to start off by attempting to kill this Shadow. They got 2 cards. All right, that just works. Let's eat Death Shadow first. Looks like they most likely have removal spell here, if they're not going to concede. Which does suck. Maybe they just have... Oh, I was going to hope they had Snapcaster. Top or bottom of their library. Well, I want to put that on top. Keep our life total high. We don't really need to fetch shock. Put that on top. Let's just play this and crack it. I mean, we know we're going to draw a good card in scavenging is. Exile their yard. And, you know, we're feeling pretty good. They have one card in hand. So obviously bloodbraids would be fantastic. Even just, you know, tarmogoyf would be okay. Cling, not exactly where I wanted to be, but not the worst. Really, just snap, throw the snap out there. I mean, I'm not going to block it. Seems like a waste of a snap, but nope, I'll just take that. Now we'll crack our peatland. Drawing land. Not great. We can't eat anything that gains us life, so that's a little unfortunate. We can bolt their mage. You know what? Let's just go to combat. Let's just attack them. Let's kill snap. I kind of just want to cling our own land just to draw a card. Let's cling on wooded foothills. Because if we have draw tarmogoyf, which we did not, it'd be nice. Let's play a land tapped. I doubt holding cling up would be relevant. Alright. They got a big one. Are they going to attack with snap? They are. So they aren't dead yet, technically. This is an interesting game that I have had 0 other creatures besides the scavenging ooze go the distance. So let's untap. Klothys is great. I guess we should try to go for the win though. We should cling, attempt to draw. Wait, no, we can just maelstrom pulse and then gain life. What am I talking about? Let's do that. Let's do the line that wins the game. Pulse. We eat it, we attack for 4. Easy peasy. They're making us play it out, fair enough. Alright, there we go. So we got game 2. Would have drawn another a land. So that was an interesting game. We literally never drew a second creature, so that kind of sucked. But I think that's the power of not having any discard spells in this matchup. Is just because if we were to top deck any discard spell at that point, with them only having one card in their hand, and it seemingly not being anything besides Snapcasters, with 0 cards in the bin, it seemed like the right play or the right line. So there's not really much changes that I can really consider. K Command is honestly probably one of our weaker cards in the 3-drop slot. I think I said splot, I mean slot. As in, it doesn't really kill much besides snap. It does return cards from the graveyard, so depending on how long these games go, it could be relevant. So I guess there's an argument for it. There's not really much that I want. I mean, Collective Brutality can just be a deal 2 damage, but I don't think we're going to play that game, so we're just going to play the long game, is the plan. So hopefully here we can take it in game 3. Seems like a pretty good hand. Obviously, they more than likely, they're keeping 7, so that means they're gonna thoughtseize us on turn 1. And if they thoughtseize us on turn 1, that means they're probably taking abrupt decay. As it's either abrupt decay or K command. But I think we have to keep it. I don't like mulling again to try to get Veil of Summer. Because especially since we're on the draw, Veil of Summer's power goes way, way down. Still good, just not... I wouldn't want to mold to it when we have a very decent hand. They took the ooze. Man, they're afraid of him from last time. But, I mean, that's fair, I guess. Lily is a fantastic draw. Obviously, we hope they don't have any more discard spells, because they're definitely going to take Lilliana. Great in this matchup. Thought Scour. Okay. I wonder if they missed their land drop. Oh. Oh. Alright. I am going to get Overgrown Tomb. Alright, we're drawing gas. Our opponent might have just stumbled a little too much here. They're just scouring themselves again. There goes all their death shadows, besides one. Honestly, I kind of feel bad for opponent, not gonna lie. I mean, obviously we shouldn't be feeling bad for our opponent, it's just that our OP is getting incredibly unlucky here. I don't even want to get Lilliana down. Like, I don't want to uptick her, because all of our hands and all the cards in our hand are gas. So we're probably just going to play Plague Man just to keep getting onto the board. And although this is not the best way to win, in my opinion, you know, I think our first 2 games were very skill testing, whereas this just kind of is one-sided. Obviously, we're going to take it. I'm not going to give pity to our opponent, but, you know, it feels bad to lose this way. I feel our opponent here. And then we just name human. I mean, that means he can't ambush Viper us with Snapcaster. I mean, if he thoughtseizes us here, I'm fine with it. If he Gurmag Anglers, I'm fine with it. Fatal Push. Rude. So that significantly slows our clock down, obviously, but Veil of Summer. I think I'm just going to get Lily down and not even... I guess we could pitch Veil of Summer. It's our least powerful card at the moment. And, you know, having 2 Edict effects from Lily is pretty good. So even if they get a Gurmag, 2 Gurmags out, we can Edict again, ideally. Should be a fairly easy decision from our opponent, though, to discard. He's got 7 cards, and none of them are castable, apparently. Yep, so K command that he can't cast. It'll be really embarrassing if we lose this game, not gonna lie. This might be a Cling. Nope, Big Fish. Big Fish is fine. Make them sack. Honestly, them playing the fish out is great for us, because I wouldn't want to discard any of my cards still. I wonder if they just concede to Klothys. I'm surprised our opponent's staying in this. We just have this inevitability now. They finally find their second land on turn 6. Feels bad, opponent. I know that feel. Like, sure, drown in the lock, fine. Annoying, obviously, but not the end of the world. We're probably just gonna get a land with Klothys just to get this bloodbraid down. Yeah, I like that. Oh. That is one of our worst hits with bloodbraid. Alright, we'll uptick. We're going to discard Tarmogoyf. Mainly because we're going to do 2 damage with Klothys and then do 2 damage with K-Command. So, I unfortunately can't see a way out of this for our opponent here. So, luckily we drew everything we needed. I mean, I guess hypothetically speaking, they're not dead this turn. But, no, they're dead. They can ambush Viper. Yep, so return target creature card from my grave. I guess Scooze would be the one I'd want. And there is game 1. We got it. I mean, that is a favorable, I would say, even though it's 50-50, I would say it's a good matchup for us. And I'd say we're 51% and they're 49. But that's just me. All right, see you in round 2. All right, beginning of round 2. We're on the play, so yes, we want to go first. This hand is fantastic, so we're going to keep it. We get turn 1 thoughtseize, turn 2 goyf, and then turn 3 removal. Ideally, if this is a match where removal is relevant. Lightning bolt always does something, whereas push can be hit or miss sometimes. So they mold a 6, so that makes us feel even better. I'm going to fetch overgrown tomb. Taking a lot of damage here, so hopefully it's not burn. Oh god, it's something worse. We can kill ooze. So we're going to take a pillage. But this also means we need to start fetching out basics here. And our goyfs are fairly safe from a lightning bolt. It would grow our goyf to a 3/4, so I imagine they're just going to play a Scooze here. We get to play a land. Let's kill that. I think I'm going to search up my other swamps so that we can cast the Lilliana should a Blood Moon resolve. And we have our goyfs, and now they're out of Glorybringer range and Bolt range and Chandra range. So now we just got to beat down. So we really got to just beat them down before they can get this Gargaroth, because Gargaroth is really annoying, especially since we have 0 answers at the moment. Okay, so they're not. Oh, they fetched and they conceded. Interesting. I'm imagining they might have had a pillage, and then they realized they fetched the wrong land. But all right, we got it, which is good because game 1 is very important because this is not a deck that we can handle extremely easily. Veil is useless. Plague Man is good, just to get rid of elemental tokens. Triumph is a meh. Because they have elemental tokens, it can get a Gargaroth sometimes. So there's that. But I don't think we can lean on it. Collect Brutality is not that great. Pillage, a lot of people like bringing it in. And I think it's good because we can cast it under the moon. But it's not fantastic on the draw. Because they're going to be able to... Ideally, we'd want to moon that, or we'd want to go first, but I think that's fine. We want our discard spells for sure. Some number of push is fine. Our own oozes are not great because we only have one forest, and I always just play under the assumption that they're going to resolve a blood moon. So for sure, I want to take out Lilliana, especially on the draw, because if they resolve a blood moon, there's no way I'm fetching 2 swamps on my first 2 turns just to guarantee to cast it. So I think this is probably about right. Ashiok doesn't really do much. I think there's an argument for Golgari Charm here, as it destroys Utopia Sprawls. And it kills an elf, an arbor elf. So I don't hate it. It's just it's green-black. That's the part I don't like. I think I'll bring it in. I'll try it. It'll be a first for me to try it, and then I think we can cut a Scooze because it's not fantastic once they resolve a blood moon. We'll keep it like this. See how it does. You know, we do need a lot of help. Obviously, we want discard is our best turn 1 play. Getting rid of pillage and getting rid of blood moon is very vital. Or even Klothys. Klothys is just, as much as I love him in our deck, he is something that we cannot deal with. He's a clock that we just have to race, which my version of Jund is not ready to do. Okay, this is a keepable hand. It's a little awkward, not gonna lie. So depending on if they play Arbor Elf or Utopia Sprawl is going to depend on if we fetch. Interesting. Interesting that they didn't play anything. Okay, so that just signals Veil of Summer, and I don't like that. So I think we're just going to play fetch, pass. Don't want to play into Veil of Summer. I mean, maybe they did the ultimate bluff on us. It's just that it's not worth it. It really isn't worth running that risk. Wrenn 6. I mean, that's annoying. But now I feel safe to Inquisition. Not like we were going to do anything turn 2 anyway. We're going to leave this uncracked for emergency purposes. Because obviously we still need green. But since this is our only fetch right now. Oof. They got all the goods. Their hand's actually, how does, oh, an opponent controls. Okay, so he can't pitch it with Pyro and get value. So if that's the case, we're gonna discard pillage here. But I'm not feeling too good about this game, to be honest now. We have a lot of work to do. Play the Misty, they crack the Misty, they uptick the Wrenn 6. So I think there's definitely an argument now to destroy Wrenn 6 with our Assassin's Trophy. So they're going to bloodbraid next turn. Our greedy line here is fetch shock, fatal push, season pyromancer. And then we can Assassin's Trophy, wrenn 6. Even honestly, wrenn 6 is not even that scary at this point. And if we do this, then in response, if they get a Blood Moon off of Bloodbraid, we can just float the mana and Assassin's Trophy it. So I think that's what we're going to have to do here. Oh god. My trackpad stopped working for some reason. One second, guys. I know playing Magic with a trackpad is probably frowned upon, but it's my laptop, so I need to get my mouse. See if that. All right. So I think we're going to go with the greedy line. You're going to get overgrown too. Pay the life. Oh, they got rid of the bloodbraid, so I didn't notice that. So that might have changed my opinion. All right. Oh, and they ditched forest. Okay. Opponent's grave, or he's stacked right now. We are definitely on the back foot right now. He gets his forest. Oh, if he has a Gargaroth. Definitely annoying. No, Bloodbraid. Alright. Into Utopia Sprawl. I mean, that's not the end of the world, so that's fine. So I'm probably going to have to bolt this Bloodbraid. And I really think we're going to have to just hope he doesn't draw Blood Moon at this point. And I think we're going to need to draw our fourth land here. So as much as I want to get rid of this Seasoned Pyromancer, we have the Plague Man. So since we're just hoping they don't draw a Blood Moon type effect, we're going to go for our highest value line, which is get rid of their sorcery to get rid of the retrace effect. Try to draw a fourth land, which we did not. We finally did, and it's a green source. And so that's step one. We still need to find another verdant catacombs to get our swamp out. But this ideally will help us crawl back into this game. Alright, there's a tarmogoyf. Let's try to kill this wrenn 6. So we're definitely not out of the woods yet, because considering all our spells are black in our hand, one Blood Moon just shuts us off. So if they play Baloth, that's fine. If they play Gargaroth, that's fine. We have the answers. But we're not back in it yet. I'll definitely feel a lot safer if we can get a swamp in play. I hate Blood Moon so much. I think that's something that's worth stating for the record. Oh my god, is he gonna triple stomp my goyf? Oh no, stomp, stomp, ping. Value. Oh, that's annoying. I was hoping he wouldn't have any follow-up so we can just... Alright, so we definitely don't want to make them discard with this K command, but... Alright, let's do... Step 1. Let's attack wrenn 6. I am a-okay if they take this trade with both of these, and I could just K command. Okay. I mean, we figured that was what was going to happen. I want... There's a lot of things I want. I want to win this game, but we really need to get rid of this wrenn 6, and I really need to get goyf down. And we just gotta hope that we're gonna be able to cast these spells, because another line we can potentially do is just play Plague Man, naming Elf here, or Elemental, and then hold up Assassin's Trophy since we are afraid of Blood Moon. But we just can't play scared. We can't afford to. Let's return goyf. Let's kill wrenn 6. Now goyf is even harder for them to kill the second time. Now, a real funny thing we can do is name Giant with Plague Man. Alright, blood. Pillage. Gross. They should probably destroy forest. They destroy blackcleave cliffs. I mean, I don't think that's right. Maybe they don't have any Blood Moon, though, in their deck. They're known to do that sometimes, but I don't agree with it. But that is something they could do. Alright, first Bone Crusher down. Alright, so we know the last card in their hand is Baloth. I mean, I know about it, so I'm not going to ever make them discard. Alright, Fatal Push is a good draw. So I think I want to attack with goyf. They're probably going to double block. And then we can Assassin's Trophy one of them. I think that's fine. Not our best line here, I don't think, but... Or maybe... Well, I think that's our best line. What else can we do? We can just play Plague Man. Pass. No, I think I'm gonna... Goyf is pretty much our key to victory here. I guess we could have attacked with Bloodbraid as well. Yeah, we probably should have. Doesn't matter, we're gonna kill their own Bloodbraid. Yeah, I should have attacked with bloodbraid. That's my fault. Sorry, guys. We all make mistakes, right? Another bone crusher. Klothys, that is a problem. That is a problem. Bailoff, not so much. Definitely annoying. Oh, well now it's a... Well, I can turn it off if we kill Arbor Elf, but Houston, we've got a problem. Okay, that's an interesting draw. I think what I want to do here is Fatal Push Arbor Elf, attack with both, oh, there's so many different lines here. What? You're a giant, okay. God. We're in a pickle. We are indeed in a pickle. We need to shut down this god just so we can have a decent attack. Okay, so if we attack with both, they're gonna block after we kill Arbor Elf. That is, we're gonna have to push Arbor Elf. They're gonna block Bailoff with. I guess we could just regenerate our creatures. That doesn't kill Bailoff. It'll kill Bone Crusher. I think I'm fine with that. Attack with both. We can also just play Plague Man after. But I want to name Elemental with Plague Man. But let's see how they block here. Maybe I just name Beast if he decides to kill Bloodbraid. But maybe they just take it. If they just take it, for whatever reason, then I'm gonna just... Okay, they're just gonna do... Fair enough. And then I'm gonna... So since they did that, we can just we can play Plague Man, naming Beast. But that kind of sucks. I guess they both get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, huh? So I guess we want to get the pressure on the field then. Alright, I talked myself into it. Alright, so this way we have another permanent in play after naming Beast. They're going to start eating our graveyard, doing some work. Yeah, Kling's probably our best. Sucks that we didn't get to use it, unfortunately, but that's what happens. Man, this game's been going on for a long time, and there was a lot of thinking on my part, So I've been playing a little slow, and also commentary I'm still trying to get used to. So I gotta play faster, because if we lose this, we're gonna need to play pretty fast here. All right, sucks. Yeah, we need to draw something real good here. Can I just put all the bloodbraids on top of my deck, please? That's what I really want. All right, red and 6. Well, now I'm not afraid of Blood Moon. It's official, guys. All right, so they're gonna season Pyromancer at the end of the turn, more than likely, and then they're gonna try to get rid of my wrenn and 6. But then, joke's on them. Ideally, we're gonna just -1/-1 all their creatures. So Bone Crusher will just deal 3 damage to Wrenn, and then we can decide if we want to block. Alright, since damage is actually relevant here, I'm going to do this now. Maybe I shouldn't have. Because now, yeah, I think that was a mistake there. Because now Wrenn and 6 dies, more than likely. Yeah, I feel like that was a mistake. Oopsie. I felt like damage was more important, which maybe it is. We'll see when this game ends. Interesting that he's not going for the creatures. I would think he would be afraid of my K commands. He doesn't know how many I have. Oh, he has Bolt. Alright, fair enough. Nothing I could have done there would have made a difference. If I had the green-black, I was still going to die. It'd still be 3 power here. So, well, we tried. We fought valiantly. But he bested us. Fair enough. Yeah, I really don't think there's any changes that I want to make. Like, even clings are relevant just to get rid of... I mean, I think we played a good game. And we definitely played to our outs. It's just that we didn't draw the right cards exactly towards the end. But we put up a very good fight, so I think we're going to keep it as is. You know, there's definitely an argument to bring back a couple of lilies, but I don't want to run the risk. Yeah, I'll keep this. We have our lands. We have a way to kill a Utopia Sprawl. And we have a threat, so... Opponent's mulling to 6. Play other land, pass turn. We're going to be fetching forest here, more than likely. We really don't want to play a Goyf until we can get it out of bolt range. So, depending on what they do here, if they play Arbor Elf, we'll probably just take our draw and Fatal Push. If they don't, we're just gonna... Well, let's find out. Let's see. Get Forest, Arbor Elf. Alright, so we're gonna just I'm going to fetch forest here, just to get our one forest out of the deck. And we're going to untap, and we're going to kill this Arbor Elf. So that means no pillage. Alright, we get to inquisition them. I mean, ideally they don't have, you know, veil up, but we need to get this goyf down regardless. It grows our goyf. Alright, they stomp us in response. Pillage, pillage, blood moon. I guess blood moon. Although we do have a way to get rid of it, although pillage is just one pillage and we're kind of donezo with a blood moon out. Okay, so their best, this is a tricky one, because their best line here is, or drawing, if they draw mountain or stomping ground, they're going to want to just pillage us out of this game, right? So but if we, this is a tricky one, because we can kill blood moon with our golgari charm. So my thought process is, if we take rid of a pillage, they pillage one of our lands here, then as long as we have a land in play, we can just float our mana in response and kill a blood moon. So that means I want to take pillage here. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that line will lead us to victory. Because if they go blood moon this turn, if they draw that third land, which ideally they don't, which it looks like our prayers are answered. Hallelujah. Let's play a peatland. Attack. I guess we can fairly freely draw a card here. Alright, bloodbraid is great. So yeah, now I'm feeling pretty good about this game. They just concede. Yep. Wow. What a strange game. They were really banking on that Arbor Elf, but hey, we're currently 2-0 in this league, so let's see you in the third round. Alright, we are in round 3. We would like to go first. So far we've been playing against matchups that we like, so this is a great hand, so we're going to keep. Obviously it could be better that if we had a fetch land, but we can buy back peatland, so not the end of the world with this wrenn 6. Let's get this shock. And let's see what you got there, opponent. Alright, this is blue-red control. This is interesting. I haven't seen this deck. We're not too afraid of bolt here, so Archmage's Charm is a little too powerful. Drawing cards and countering spells is not where we want to be for our opponent. So we're definitely going to play this wrenn 6, even though we're not going to get any value out of it. Just playing a scooze into open bolt seems real bad, so let's just uptick for no value. played it. Oh, I guess this is a Jeskai, right? Is this what this does? I can't see. Oh, forest, island, mountain. Okay. Oh, so there's this Uro then? Well, thoughtseize isn't bad. Or is this? Yeah, I think this is Uro Rec. Remand. Well, opponent, I have another one. I was sandbagging the land. Never didn't have it. Alright, we're more afraid of Shark Typhoon. Now we get bloodbraid down, so we have a pretty good start. Our opponent had not the greatest hand. And we have a second bloodbraid. It's pretty good value if you ask me. Growth spiral. Okay, they played a land we didn't know about for some reason. I don't think there's any reason to start pinging quite yet. But getting a, if we can get this wrenn to ultimate, I mean, infinite thoughtseizes was pretty nice, right? Well, it's not really infinite since we haven't been drawing lands, but it's the idea that counts. And Goyf is getting pretty big now. Let's just uptick. Let's play second bloodbraid. The train keeps on keeping on. We'll cast thoughtseize. They have one unknown in hand. Alright. Don't know why our opponent did that, to be honest. Just let us take it. Same difference. Honestly, I don't even know if I want an ultimate wrenn in 6. At this point, I think I just want to get crack value with nurturing peatland. Okay, so I'm assuming they're just putting that on top just to draw 2 cards. Okay, there's the draw 2 that we knew about. Are they just dead now, though? Apparently not. Think we should go to combat before we decide to do what we do with wrenn? So they have one card in hand that we don't know about. I kind of want to crack peatland, get it back with wrenn and 6, and then just play out Lilliana. Can we do that? Right? Yeah, we'd still have stomping ground. So yeah, I like that. It's the greedy line, not gonna lie. Because if they did draw a remand here, then well, we're gonna get remanded anyway, right? Let's both discard cards, so I don't need a second Liliana. I think we're going to just start pinging with wrenn and 6. They might just concede. Oh yeah, they concede. I can't imagine they could win. They would need to draw probably Cryptic? Yeah, I guess they could have Cryptic tap, bounce this, but we're so far ahead at that point. That doesn't really matter. Alright. This is not a good matchup for us, from my experience. This is very, 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 very annoying. And so, sideboarding is an interesting... So they're definitely an Uro deck. We need our graveyard hate. Golgari Charm, if this is a variant that plays Wilderness Wreck, is great because we can just destroy an enchantment at instant speed, but I don't know if that's going to be relevant enough. So that's a maybe board. We want our spells to resolve. Just our own cryptic command against them is usually pretty good. Considering this is a ramp deck, people might think it's okay to pillage here, but I don't think that's the direction we're going to be trying to go in. But if there's some spots, I guess there's an argument for this. Oh, that's the maybe board as well. Plague Man, maybe board. Triumph, it's not boggles. I mean, getting an Uro down with it isn't the worst though. And more discard isn't bad. So I have a lot of cards I want to bring in, but I'm not sure what we'd want to actually bring out. Lightning Bolt is pretty weak in this matchup. So there's that. We want all of our discard. We probably want some number of Fatal Push. We don't need 3. 2 is probably fine. We can probably go to 1. I mean, we need to kill Uros. I guess maybe we're not going for the Uro kill strategy. We're just going to go for value. We're going to make sure it just never comes back with our graveyard hate. So for sure I want grave hate. For sure I want some veils. Oh man. There's so many good cards that we can have, to be honest. I don't think K Command, it's just a good grindy card. Maybe I just like it like this. Like, all of these cards are great in this matchup, I feel like. So, I don't want to over sideboard either, so let's just run it like this and see how this does for us. Well, it's not going to run very well if this is our starting hand. Although we do have a cantrip, and we are on the draw. So there's a lot of upside if we keep this hand. And we have Klothys. Feels bad, but I'm gonna keep it. And we're gonna hope. That's not the hope we're looking for, to be honest. I guess I want to thoughtseize, and then hopefully we naturally draw. Because obviously if we can just cling at the end of their turn and try to get a elixir, but I think thoughtseize first is probably more important. I think growth spirals are most important here. We can pretty easily play around Remand, Flame Slash, and we have the Veil, so we're really just hoping to get our lands here. So since we're unfortunate. They're gonna probably cling or remand our cling, but this is the life we chose by keeping a one-lander. Definitely banking on drawing that second land, but we... Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's just sad. What are we going to discard? I guess we discard ooze. Or I guess tireless tracker. Feels bad that we're going to lose because of my greedy keep. But, you know, that's just what happens sometimes. Maybe if they play a spell here, we can, I guess we can Assassin's Trophy. Something, maybe. It feels bad, but we're gonna have to discard a card anyway, right? So I think we'll just try it, see if it works. At least try to get a remand out of their hand. No, they're just gonna get a land. Fair enough. Just hoping to get a remand out of there, to be honest. Well, there's a land. Not a land we needed. This game is probably super unwinnable at this point. Yeah, we're just drawing hot garbage. Alright, I think I've seen enough. We're not coming back from this. I got too greedy there. I still think our list is fine, to be honest. Wish I was streaming so I could have other people's help. But, no, I feel like this is a very solid list. It does pretty much everything that I want it to do. I think I'll just trim one lily for a veil and send it like that. Would like to go first for this third game. Alright, we got punished for a one-lander last time, and we had a better chance of drawing a land, so I'm definitely not going to keep it this time. This one is fine. We'll send this extra Lilliana to the bottom. play out our land, pass the turn. Let's get overgrown too. At least we have all our colors this time. Alright, another Lilliana isn't bad. So we really want to get this Lilliana down. But I wonder, hypothetically, if we draw a 4th untapped land, if we wait till turn 4 to guarantee it to resolve. Or I guess we just cling this land and we get this Lilliana down. Oof. I really like killing wrenn in 6. Like a lot. So I think I'm going to do that. Maybe they hoped this wrenn in 6 would take them to the victory. So, and then next turn we get a play Lilliana, hold up Veil of Summer, so feeling okay. Obviously we want threat, but Lilliana. Oh, what am I doing? Uptick. Good thing we didn't accidentally skip past our turn. We don't really need more than 4 mana at this current moment. So I think we're going to save second Lily as long as we can. This is technically 5 mana to tap it, yeah. There's the Wilderness Wreck that I was worried about. Such an annoying card. I guess we get this overgrown too. Man. What do we do with Lilliana? I guess we'll decide after the fact. Do we want to decide after the fact? No, I don't think. Just because if we hit another Lilliana, we're gonna want to uptick her. Obviously, we're not discarding Bloodbraid. It's a tie between Lilliana and Veil. I think we're gonna get rid of our Lilliana now. Wanted to keep it as long as possible just in case, because Lilliana is great in grindy matchups. But I think now is the time. We got Bloodbraid and ashiok. Honestly surprised both of those resolved. No reason to exile their graveyard. Nothing that I'm... Honestly, enchantment is great for us, and so is Planeswalker. I mean, I guess the Planeswalker's in our graveyard as well, but let's try to keep this ashiok alive. Yeah, because if they're just drawing a card here with Veil of Summer, it feels pretty good, not gonna lie. I mean, snap I guess is annoying. Just snap redraw with Veil. Definitely annoying. but not the end of the world quite yet. But definitely getting scary, not gonna lie. I wonder who they decide to attack, Ashiok or Lilliana. Lilliana it is. Not afraid of ashiok. Interesting. I guess they're gonna force us to exile it. Floating 2 blue. What are they gonna do with it though? Nothing. Interesting. Guess I want to edict them first. Then exile their graveyard. So if they want to snap in response, we can at least leave our bloodbraid to block, which they didn't. I'm gonna leave Cling up. Obviously, we need to hit some threats here. They might just scry 2 here. I say nay. I'm going to cryptic command your cryptic command. Like, if they value Ashiok that much, I'm definitely going to keep them alive as long as I can. End step, we're going to cling this cryptic. Oh, whoops. Guess we leave 1 land in for the express purpose of if we draw our wrenn 6. Oh, there we go. Now we're cooking. Start with uptick, we discard swamp. Raging Ravine is also a fantastic draw. Let's play bloodbraid. And there's wrenn 6, like a champion. I'm glad we kept the verdant in our deck. No! We're going to put him on top, for sure. And they're empty-handed, so their only value train is now castle. And we got them dead next turn. So now I'm going to mill them, because I didn't even check if they scried on top, to be honest, but if they did, that ruined it. And so I think we win no matter what here. gonna get a zombie with this fetch, I guess? I guess depending on what they draw. So I guess we're not... Oh, then we got it. Wait. Oh, I guess they have to... No, they shouldn't fetch now. They should fetch when we go to combat so we can't edict them. Or I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's other cards, right? 7 or more lands with different names. So I have a million ways to kill him now? And we got there. We are 3-0 now. What a great game of Magic. Honestly, I didn't think we might come back from that, but we did it. We are currently 3-0. Alright, see you in the 4th. Alright, we are now in the 4th game. We're going to go first. We've been lucky being able to go first for these last few games. And we got a keeper. We got turn 2 wrenn 6, and then that'll get us to bloodbraid. And turn 3 Lily, so I mean, pretty good hand. Pass the turn. Alright, is this another control style? Oh, this is merfolk. Or spirits, I guess. Let's not get too hasty. But man, was I not expecting that. We have a pretty good hand against them, I imagine. As we have a turn 3 edict. So I guess it depends on what this deck is, to be honest. Oh, is this humans? Meddling Mage. This is humans, wow. This is a throwback. That's not a name I've heard in a long, long time. What is our opponent name? Probably Fatal Push. It's honestly probably the safest. Lightning Bolt. Oh, that's a reasonable choice as well. Let's keep our life total high. Let's just get a basic. I mean, we got wrenn 6 anyway. Lily. And so if they vial something in response, we get to ping it down with wrenn 6. Or, yeah, they do that. Fair enough. No way we could have really gotten around that, technically. I guess there is an argument to getting down scavenging ooze before bloodbraid. But I think we have better hits with bloodbraid. Depends on what we draw as well. So I imagine Lily is going to die, which kind of sucks because we have a lot of lands we'd like to discard. Alright, Thalia. That is a problem, because if bloodbraid misses here, kills Lily. Lily down. I think with that definitely changes my mind. Oh god, if they have a lieutenant here, it's gonna be a real feel bad. I guess I should have pinged Thalia. What was I thinking? Didn't matter what we pinged, because he had the answer. So I guess now we're gonna play out our sad boy. And it's not looking great for us. Kind of have the hope they're out of gas here. That is not out of gas. Looks like we're gonna take our beats here. Oh my god, it's not over. Oh, I haven't seen this guy in Modern yet. Alright, my graveyard is gone. I thought we had a good chance, and then our opponent just went to town. He took his humans and went to town, and I got cocky because I thought we had a fantastic hand. And honestly, it was a good hand, but our opponent is going off, and we don't have a board wipe. One of my favorite cards against humans was Anger the Gods, but since I haven't seen them in a while, you know, that wasn't a thing that we played. Honestly, you might as well attack with Noble Hierarch. I think we're just dead. Like, I can't imagine a single thing we can draw here. There's nothing we can draw, right? Even with this bloodbraid. What do we do? What do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he attacked. I mean, I guess. All your guys are giant. I guess just for argument's sake, let's just cast Bloodbraid and see what we would have gotten. We definitely lose. We're conceding here. I mean, Ass Trophy is not terrible. It's just, what do we even cast Ass Trophy on? What does this guy do again? Why can you... this mouse is really bad, I forget. I guess this is our biggest enemy. But I think we're dead regardless. What is our two biggest creatures? We block his 4 for 4/4 and a 4/3, and we take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, we die. We hella dead. Oh god. You know, surprisingly enough, humans is actually really good against us. Golgari Charm, maybe? I guess there's enough X ones where it's relevant. It could be relevant. Spellbomb and Ashiok are definitely no. Veil. The only reason Veil would be good is for Reflector Mage purposes. Which I think that's fair. Reflector Mage is a real pain in our butt. Alright, Plague Man auto include. I think we just want all of our removal. And we want to get rid of all of our discard. So hypothetically we have two, because top decking Inquisition is the worst thing to do in this matchup. By a long shot. So I guess we can squeeze in a Golgari Charm. And then Pillage is not good, so I guess we can just bring in one Veil of Summer for the express purpose of to beat Reflector Mage. Because the rest of these cards are essentially useless. But this is going to be a hard one. Surprisingly, humans is very difficult for us. Which is why I was kind of glad it's gone. But you know what? I can appreciate our opponent bringing it back. I'm going to have to mulligan here. One lands always punish us. I've never get there, it seems like, with them. I'm going to keep, even though this is terrible. I don't want to go to 5. I mean, we have a removal spell, and we have 4 mana to get to Bloodbraid. It's just, will we survive to get to Bloodbraid is the question. Alright, I mean, I guess hypothetically I want to get Overgrown Tomb, and we do want to kill a Thalia, so if they play Thalia, we need untap land, so that's a reason not to play Raging Ravine here. We're going to have to play it next turn to make sure we can get Bloodbraid on 4, but if they play Thalia, then I'm going to not regret this. Not that Thalia, that one's fine. Still going to kill it. Just not the Thalia that I was hoping to kill. Get an Overgrown Tomb. K-Command's a good one. But I want to get this Bloodbraid online. Now the interesting thing here is always, if he plays a creature, we want to kill it when he enters the battlefield. Oh, well. What I said is not going to matter here because he's going to take one of our removal spells. But I was going to say, we normally don't want to cast our Fatal Push this turn, hypothetically, because if we Bloodbraid and we hit a removal spell on an empty field, it's just kind of awkward. But, alright, second Bloodbraid's pretty good. We're going to get Forest for if we ever draw a Scooze. Alright. Tarmogoyf isn't bad. It's a good blocker. We definitely attack. His humans get bigger over time, so if he takes the trade, I am A-okay with it. Mantis Rider is annoying, for sure. I guess our best draw right now would be fetch land to trigger Fatal Push, and also casting this Bloodbraid. Lily's good too, though. Lily's good too. Sucks that we can't hold up Fatal Push. But I think Mantis Rider is the only... Oh, I guess they have a... Dismember? Okay. But Mantis Riders are the only haste threat, and so Lily dies to Mantis Rider regardless. And it looks like he has another one. Man, the threats don't stop coming from this deck, do they? Alright, Lily down. At least that's a save 3 life right there. I think we're going to have to go for the higher upside, because we can't kill Mantis Rider with her Fatal Push at the moment. Tireless Tracker is a good one. I think this is the first time he made an appearance this league. Only 2 in the deck, but, you know, good magic card. Well, 1 snow, blue mana. What you gonna do? Alright. Alright, if it's Meddling Mage naming Fatal Push, that's definitely annoying. I mean, we still have a lot of good draws here. Although Thalia is incredibly annoying. There is a Reflector Mage we were worried about. Returning the tracker. Unfortunate. I think we just want to get down double Goyf. Get our pressure down while we can. We're going to have to skip attacking this turn, but we can live with that. And now our biggest problem is this Mantis Rider, as it kills us in 4 turns. But, I mean, if we just draw fetch land, we can just kill it fairly easily. Now that's a problem. Protection from black and green. Oh my god, what do we even have that can kill that? I guess Lightning Bolt would be great. Not Lightning Bolt, but maybe can get us to a Lightning Bolt. Oh, I guess we need a non-creature spell because the Thalia's out. Yeah, I can't cast it, can I? Feels bad. No, the 5-0 dream is dying. So we're going to take 7 here, and I don't even know what I can draw at that point. Kudra's annoying, but I guess we're taking... Oh wait, are we dead? 6? Yeah, we're dead. Wow. Feels bad. But no, that was a good game. Our sideboard has really no answers to humans since I haven't seen it in a while. But opponent here showing us that it's not out of the game yet. So see you guys in the 5th and final round. Hopefully we can get a 4-1. Alright, last round of the league, and we are on the draw. So we gotta hope that we fade Tron. We haven't seen it thus far. So let's hope we keep that luck going. And then we're pretty much fine with playing against any other deck, even, I mean, for the most part, I guess. But I just want a good game. Either way, we cashed the league, thankfully. But I would love a 4-1. Chooses not to play first. Not good, not good. That signifies the rack. I'm going to keep since we have triple inquisition. It's the only deck that I know that chooses not to go first. And they mold a 6. So if this is the rack, we definitely have a good hand against it. We have our maelstrom pulse that kills artifacts. And ideally, once we get to bloodbraid, we'll be good. Did we sniff it out right? Yep, this is the rack. I hate this deck. Just to point it out, I do indeed hate this deck. I kind of don't care about their Inquisition. I want to get rid of this Shrieking Affliction, because if they Inquisition us, they're going to take our Maelstrom Pulse. But we need to get rid of this Shrieking Affliction, I think. Take the thing that kills you, right? Because they're going to Inquisition us, sure, and take our Maelstrom Pulse. But we can take rid of the rest of their spells, ideally, here. Like, honestly, we don't even need to take both of their spells, depending on what we draw. I guess that was an unnecessary shock. Because if we decide not to take both... Let's take a Raven's Crime. And... They can play almost anything, but considering we're not drawing anything, I guess it can pass. I shocked for no reason, really. So if we die by 2 points, then I goofed. Gonna discard Inquisition. I guess that's another reason to... Because now we know they just have 2 push, because they discarded Snow Cover Swamp to retrace Raven's Crime. Obviously, push is extremely annoying. But ideally, we can either play around push or just work through push. But we really are banking on this bloodbraid. So if they Raven Crime us again, then we're going to discard bolts. Alright, looks like just a pass back to us then. It's pretty good for us. Let's just get forest here. Our life total does matter. What did we get? What did we get? Perfect. Something they cannot fatal push. And if they want to trade Mutavault for our 3-2, I am 1000% okay with that. Klothys is going to get rid of this Raven's Crime, and it's also a way for us to win underneath an 8 rack. Or, what's it called? Ensnaring Bridge. That's the card. I'm starting to remember cards again. You know, fun story. Back before the Rona times, I used to play at this store in person with Jund. And my arch rival, but my good friend Glenn, he plays 8 rack, and he loves it with a passion. And I hate him for it. I always lose to him. And so, you know, if I can win against this, I'll feel good about myself, and I can brag to Glenn saying that I beat his deck. Oh my god, we're drawing like a champion too. Yeah, we're gonna cling. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. They can't bring anything back, so I think I want Shrieking Affliction in for Goyf being bigger. Maybe this is the concede. Yep. Concession lag. Alrighty. How do we beat this deck? Veil seems good. Draw a card when they want us to discard cards and they can't target us. That's great. This destroys Shrieking Affliction. It doesn't destroy the other one though. It doesn't destroy 8 rack. Or the rack. Alright, so Fatal Push can definitely go. Cling being a redraw and getting rid of some retrace cards is probably good enough to keep in. It's just a redraw. Some number of bolts is probably okay. Scooze does not seem great, particularly in this matchup. Could be wrong here. But he's not eating any creatures. He's a big investment when they have smallpox and things of that nature. Abrupt Decay is great, so is Assassin's Stroke, so is Wrenn 6. All ways to win through the lock, essentially. Our Lillianas are probably not great. Tracker is great, Take Command great, all these are great. Lilliana is very questionable. Very, very questionable. We don't want to be discarding our own cards. So I guess with that being said, I don't think regeneration works for sacrificing a creature. But I think I can try it. And I'll also put collective brutalities in. And then I guess spell bombs for redraws. And would I rather have a Lily or an ooze? A 2/2 beat stick or something that can technically win us the game by making them sacrifice their permanents. So I guess one Lily is probably okay. Alright, let's try it. I'm not expecting collective brutality to burn out our opponent, but if we can nab a smallpox at the right time, that could be okay, I guess. But they probably have turn 1 discard. You know, but last time I said this, that we were going to draw the second, like, oh, we need a second land, and we're golden, especially with Wrenn 6. God, is it worth the risk? Is it worth the risk? I think it is. I'm going to keep. You know, if we just have a million cards in our hand, they can't gain life with their spells, right? That's how this works. Or we just want all the cards in our hand. So if we never draw lands, then we'll just win, right? They can't kill us if we don't play spells. Obviously, that's a joke. Jokey joke. But maybe. But what if? Alright. They have to have a turn 1 discard spell, right? That's just how the law works. They did have it. Do I just get Stomping Ground? I think Stomping Ground is the land we get. It ensures whatever our second spell land is, it's easier to cast Wrenn 6, which we got it. Alright, Wrenn 6 also fantastic against this matchup. I guess back when I played against Glenn, we didn't have Wrenn 6, so I guess it's been a few years since I played against Glenn. Or a long time. And Wrenn 6 is definitely something that's great against opponent's deck over here. Oops. Just being able to buy back lands, so making his discard spells worse. You know, not gonna lie, we got incredibly lucky here that we got that second land, but I guess Veil was gonna be good enough regardless. And so Smallpox is now worse. Blackmail. Target player reveals 3 cards from their hand, and you choose one of them. That player discards that card. Collective Brutality or 2 lands. You choose, opponent. I guess maybe it should have been Bolt. Probably should have been Bolt, to be honest. Let's fetch out Forest. Buy back land. Goyf is tiny at the moment. But we still have Veil back up. So we kind of want them to play a Lilliana right now. But Fatal Push, not Lilliana, but we'll still try to save it. And it worked. And we drew thoughtseize. Aww. Opponent. Rude. Well, I guess I should have discarded thoughtseize, but I mean, not even the end of the world. I think we're pretty much locked into winning at this point, not gonna lie. We're always gonna have cards in our hand. Opponent's empty-handed. Oh yeah, he just concedes. Alright, that's not exactly the 4-1 that... Not exactly how we thought these games were gonna go. But we got our treasure chests, our qualifier points. So I felt pretty good about that league. I mean, humans utterly destroyed us. And if humans becomes more relevant, I've been actually thinking about putting Anger the Gods back into my sideboard. Because it also deals with boggles and sometimes. And that new Mardu-esque aggro deck, it seems like it might be okay against that as well. So let me know if you guys have any comments. The new cards are about to be available, so Modern is going to be in for a huge shakeup, but I'm pretty happy with this league, and I'm pretty happy with Jund. So, alright, thanks everyone for watching.